All right, good morning. Welcome to another flipped classroom. Today is a great lesson to do this. It is lesson 6.5, adding and subtracting fractions. So we have already done this. Everything we've done here is something that you should be familiar with. It is adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. They're going to mix and match, so they're going to try to catch you off guard. Make sure you watch those signs. When we do this, for the first part of the lesson, I'm going to show you how to do it or remind you, you've already seen this, how to do this the old school way through just the math. And then you're also welcome to use fraction strips if that is what you need to help you. Okay, so this is going to be a great day to practice and fine tune your skills on adding and subtracting fractions, finding common denominators, and simplifying, something that we talked about yesterday. Okay, so let's get right into it. So Malia bought shell beds and glass beads. I'm sorry, let's start over. Maria bought shell beads and glass beads to weave into designs in her basket. She bought 1/4 pound of shell beads and 3/8 pound of glass beads. How many pounds of beads did she buy? Okay, so we're combining those, so we are going to want to add those. So we're going to take our 1/4 plus our 3/8. Okay, so we have to find a common denominator before we add or subtract fractions. So looking at our two denominators, 4 and 8, okay, we need to figure out what both 4 and 8 can go into. We can either list 4 and 8 off to the side and list our multiples, or we know our multiples, and 4 and 8 can go into a nice number like 32. Okay. Now we're going to have to know our multiplication to figure that out. So what do we have to multiply 4 by to get to 32? All right. And so whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do the top. Well, we know 4 times 8 is 32, and whatever we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom, and whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. Okay. And now we rewrite our fraction. 1 times 8 is 8, and 4 times 8 is 32. All right, now for the 3/8. When we multiply 8 times 4 to get 32, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 3 times 4 is 12 over 32. Okay, and we know we do not add or subtract our denominators, they stay the same. So we just do our numerators, and we get 20 over 32. Okay, so when we do 20 over 32, we know we have a problem. Those are both even numbers. We're not done. We have to ask ourselves, can we simplify this fraction? We can. They're both even numbers. 2 has to go into them, right? Okay, there's also another number that can go into both of those. Anybody know? Okay, think about it. Our final answer is going to be 5 over 8. Okay, so 4 can go both into 20 and 32. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 32 divided by 4 is 8. Okay, so we've been doing this for a long time now, but now we're getting into denominators that cannot use your fraction strips. We don't have 30 seconds on fraction strips, right? So the best way I can help you is by doing this piece over here onto the side, listing your multiples, finding your multiples, and then you know what you need to multiply by, just like we did yesterday. Okay? Now, they talked about another way over here is we could just do one fraction. You know, some of you guys figured this out earlier over here, that 4 and 8, there's a nicer number. You know that 4 can go into 8. So we're actually going to keep 3/8 the same, and we're just going to change the 1/4. And to get 4 to 8, we know we need to multiply it by 2. And if we do to the bottom, we have to do it to the top. And we get a much nicer fraction, which is 2/8 plus 3/8 equals 5/8. So you can do this part over here off to the right with listing multiples and you can multiply the numerator times the denominator. We talked about that. If you don't know what is a common denominator, just multiply the two denominators together, multiply them by each other, and you're going to get it. But at the end, you're going to have to simplify. But if you know your multiplication, you knew you only need change one of those fractions. Okay? So, GoMath taught us another little fun trick. We can take our 4 and our 8, or our two denominators, and always multiply them together, and that's going to give us a common denominator. So we could always take 8 times 4 and 4 times 8. But we found out down here at the bottom is we're going to have to reduce quite a bit. But if we're smart and we think about it for 2 minutes, we'll realize, hey, 4 and 8 are compatible numbers. 4 can go into 8 2 times. Boom, multiply by 2, leave our 3/8 alone, and there was no reducing at the end. Okay, so our final answer is, so Malia bought 5/8 pounds of beets. Okay, we're going to turn the page. Okay, this is another cool problem. I like this. I find a way to bring writing into my project. So, when subtracting two fractions with unlike denominators, follow the same steps you follow when adding two fractions. However, instead of adding, you subtract. Duh, right? Okay, so the same thing. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause this when I'm done talking. I tell you to pause it, and I want you to solve this and describe to me the step-by-step process you take. Okay? Then when you're done, I'll walk through it real quick. Then when you're done with that, and you check your answers, make sure you're right there or make corrections, then you're going to work on 3 and 6 on your own. When you're done, just 3 and 6, your two checkmark problems. When you're done, raise your hand. I'll come check you, and I'll send you on to more of your independent work for the day. Okay? So, here's what's going to happen. When I tell you to, pause this, solve, and describe. Then when you're done, hit play, and we'll go through it again. Okay? Pause it now and go. Okay? Hopefully, you paused it, and now you've solved it. You've got work here, and you've got work over here describing the process. Okay? You and I are going to work through this together. Okay? I'm going to change screens. I'm going to change it on you a little bit to have a little bit more space. Okay? All right. So we've got our problem: 9/10 minus 2/5. 9/10 minus 2/5. Okay? When we do this, we can either multiply our two denominators together, because we know that's going to work, but we also know we're going to have to simplify at the end. Or we can take 2 minutes and look at it and realize that 5 can go into 10. We don't need to change the 9/10. We're just going to change this. 5 times 2 is 10. That's going to give us two common denominators, right? Or, so I'll do them both. I'll do them side by side. So we're going to get 45 over 50 minus 10 over 50. Or a much nicer way would be 9/10 minus 4/10. Okay, then 45 minus 10 is 35/50ths, or we can get 9 minus 4 is 5/10. This can be reduced, and this can be reduced. Okay, I know 35s and 50s, 5s can go into both those. So 5 can go into 50 10 times, 5 can go into 35 7 times. Nope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 7/10. Okay, or we can go 1/2. Something doesn't match here. I'm trying to look. See if you can find my error for me. Okay. This one's the one we want. This one's the one we want because we don't have to reduce it so much. This one doesn't work so well. Okay. So there's that. Hopefully you wrote down the step-by-step problems. Keep in mind that one I even screwed up. The one on the left, when you multiply the two denominators together, I didn't even get it right. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. That's a tough way to do it. There's lots of errors. There's lots of reducing. Just not a great setup. If you can figure out the quicker way that 5 can go into 10, I'm only going to change one of these, you're good to go. I'm going to look for some writing here. Okay. At this time, I want you to do 3 and 6 on your own. You're welcome to use the paper here, scratch paper, whiteboard, marker, whatever you need to do. You can use fraction strips, but keep in mind we're dealing with numbers bigger than what we have on the fraction strips, okay? I want you to show all your work, regardless of whether you can do it in your mind or not. If you get both of these right, I'll move you on to today's independent lesson, okay? Hope this helped. Good luck.